Have you ever been stuck in an elevator with a stranger staring at your phone just to avoid the awkward silence?
We've all been there, but breaking that silence doesn't have to be scary. Welcome back to the Daily English Loop, the podcast where learning English is always easy, very natural, and a lot of fun. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Alex. Today, we're going to talk about something that makes a lot of English learners very nervous. We're talking about the art of small talk.
Oh, small talk. That's a fantastic topic. Small talk is the casual, polite conversation you have with people you don't know very well, or people you just met.
Exactly. It's the polite chatter you have in an elevator, at a bus stop, or before a business meeting starts. It's not about deep, serious topics. It's just about being friendly.
It's so important because small talk is how you build connections with people. But before we dive into the lesson, if you enjoy our podcast and want to learn with us every week, please take a moment to hit the subscribe button for the Daily English Loop.
Yes, please do. And if you like our friendly conversations, please give this episode a big thumbs up. Sharing this podcast with friends, family, or coworkers who are also learning English really helps our channel grow.
We truly appreciate your support, everyone. Okay, Alex, I've got my chamomile tea and you have your dark roast coffee. Let's get into it. What's the best way to start a casual conversation?
The easiest way to start is with a simple greeting. If you see someone you know but you haven't seen them for a few weeks, you can say, "Hey, how have you been?"
How have you been? That's a great phrase. It's a little more interesting than just saying, "How are you?"
Right. And if it's been a really long time, maybe several months, you can use the classic phrase, "Long time no see."
Long time no see. I love that one. It sounds very friendly and natural. But what if it's someone you see every single day, like a coworker?
For someone you see every day, you can keep it very short. Just smile and say, "Morning, how's it going?" Or, "Hi there, how are you doing today?"
And if it's a close friend, you can use very casual slang. You can just say, "Hey, what's up?"
Yes, "what's up" is incredibly common, especially with younger people. So Lisa, if I look at you and say, "Hey Lisa, how are you doing today?" How do you normally answer?
I usually keep my answer positive and polite. I say, "I'm doing really well, thanks. And how about you?"
That's the perfect formula. You answer the question, you say thank you, and then you ask the question back to keep the conversation moving.
Exactly. You always want to throw the conversational ball back to the other person. But what if you're having a bad day? Do you tell them all your problems?
No, definitely not. Small talk is not for complaining. If you're tired or having a tough day, you can just say, "Not too bad, thanks, just a bit busy." Keep it light.
Okay, so after the initial greetings, what do people usually talk about next?
The most common topic is asking about someone's recent experiences. For example, on a Monday morning, everyone asks, "How was your weekend?"
Oh yes, that's the ultimate Monday question. People love to talk about what they did on their days off.
And if you're leaving work on a Friday, you can ask, "Do you have any fun plans for the weekend?"
That's a great way to show interest in their life. So if someone asks you, "How was your weekend, Alex?" how much detail should you give?
You should give 1 or 2 short sentences. Don't tell a 10-minute story. For example, I might say, "It was great, thanks. I just relaxed at home and watched some football. How about you?"
Perfect. Short, sweet, and polite. Now, Alex, here's an important skill. When the other person is talking, how do you show them that you're actually listening?
Active listening is crucial for good small talk. You can't just stand there in silence. You have to react.
How do you react naturally in English?
If they tell you something interesting, you can nod your head and say, "Oh, really?" Or "That's interesting."
"Oh, really?" is such a useful phrase. It shows surprise and encourages them to keep talking. what if they tell you a very shocking story?
If it's a surprising story, you can use a more informal phrase like, "No way," or "You're kidding."
No way, you won the lottery? That's a fun one. What if they share some really good news, like they got a promotion at work?
Then you want to be very positive. You should smile and say, "That's fantastic," or "That's wonderful news. Congratulations."
And on the flip side, what if they share some minor bad news, like they lost their umbrella in the rain?
You have to show a little bit of empathy. You can say, "Oh no, that's a shame," or "I'm sorry to hear that." It shows that you care about their feelings.
Empathy is a great way to build a connection. Okay, Alex, let's talk about the most famous small talk topic in the entire world.
I know exactly what you're going to say. We're going to talk about the weather.
Yes! Why do English speakers love talking about the weather so much?
Because the weather is universal. It's a completely safe topic. It's not political, it's not personal, and everyone experiences it. It's the perfect icebreaker.
An icebreaker is a great word. It means a topic that breaks the awkward silence. So, what are some good weather phrases?
If it's a nice day, you can look at the sky and say, "It's a beautiful day out there, isn't it?"
Adding "isn't it" at the end of the sentence is a great way to invite the other person to agree with you. They can just say, "Yes, it really is."
Exactly. If the weather is changing a lot, you can say, "The weather has been so crazy lately." People love complaining about crazy weather.
It's true. If it's freezing cold, you can shiver and say, "It's pretty chilly out there today."
And if it's the middle of summer, you can wipe your forehead and say, "Wow, it's absolutely boiling today."
Boiling is a great dramatic word for very hot weather. Okay, so we've started the conversation, we talked about the weekend, and we complained about the weather. Now, how do we politely escape?
Ending the conversation gracefully is very important. You don't want to just turn around and run away.
No, that would be very rude. How do you end the chat politely?
You usually want to give a small excuse. You can say, "Well, it was really nice chatting with you, but I should probably get back to work."
I should probably get back to work. That's a very respectful excuse. What if you're at a party, not at work?
At a party, you can say, "It was great catching up. I'm going to go grab another drink, but I'll see you around."
That's very smooth. And what's the best way to say a final goodbye?
I usually just smile and say, "Take care, have a good one."
Have a good one is my absolute favorite English greeting. It works for any time of day. It means have a good morning, a good afternoon, or a good night.
It's incredibly versatile. Now, Lisa, what happens if you're having small talk, but you don't understand what the other person just said?
This happens to English learners all the time. The most important rule is don't panic and don't just nod your head if you don't understand.
Exactly. It's perfectly okay to ask them to repeat themselves. How do you do that politely?
You can lean in slightly and say, "I'm so sorry, I didn't quite catch that."
"I didn't quite catch that" is a very natural idiom. It means your ears didn't catch the words. You can also simply say, "Could you repeat that, please?"
People are usually very happy to repeat themselves, especially if they know English isn't your first language.
Yes, most people are very patient and kind. Okay, Lisa, let's put all of this theory into practice. Let's do a quick role play for our listeners.
I love role plays. Let's set the scene.
Okay, we're two coworkers. We're standing in the office kitchen waiting for the coffee machine to finish making coffee. I'll start the conversation.
Sounds good. I'm ready.
Morning, Lisa. How's it going today?
Oh, morning, Alex. I'm doing pretty well, thanks. Just waiting for my caffeine fix. How are you doing?
Not too bad, thanks. I'm a little tired, to be honest. Did you have a good weekend?
I did, actually. I drove up to the mountains and did some hiking with my family. The autumn leaves were beautiful. How about you?
Oh, really? That sounds fantastic. My weekend was pretty lazy. I just stayed on the sofa and watched a lot of football on TV.
Sometimes a lazy weekend is exactly what you need.
It really is. Man, it's absolutely pouring rain outside today, isn't it?
It's crazy. I got completely soaked walking from my car to the front door. I hope it clears up by this afternoon.
Me too. Well, my coffee is finally ready. It was nice chatting with you, Lisa, but I better get back to my desk. I have a big meeting in 10 minutes.
No problem at all, Alex. Good luck with your meeting. Catch you later.
Thanks. Have a good one.
And scene. We can step out of the role play now. That was a very natural office interaction.
It was. We used the greetings, we asked about the weekend, we complained about the rainy weather, and we used a polite excuse to leave.
It was a textbook example of perfect small talk. You know, Alex, some of our listeners might feel really shy about trying these phrases in real life.
It's completely normal to feel shy when speaking a foreign language, but small talk is actually the best place to practice.
Why is that?
Because the stakes are very low. You aren't debating politics or discussing complex philosophy. You're just making brief, lighthearted comments. If you make a small grammar mistake, nobody cares.
That's so true. Small talk builds your confidence. It's like warming up your muscles before you play a big sport.
Exactly. The more you practice these little interactions, the more comfortable you'll feel when you need to have a long, serious conversation in English.
So, what's your best advice for an English learner who wants to practice small talk this week?
My advice is to start very small. Don't try to have a 5-minute conversation. Just try to use one single phrase.
Yes. Next time you're buying groceries, just look at the cashier, smile, and say, "How's your day going?"
Or if you're standing in an elevator with a neighbor, just say, "Crazy weather today, isn't it?" It takes 5 seconds, but it builds your speaking confidence immensely.
That's wonderful advice, Alex. Before we finish up today, do you have a funny story about small talk from your own life?
Actually, I do. Last week, I was standing in a very long, slow line at the post office. Everyone looked very bored and grumpy.
Oh, waiting in line is the worst. What did you do?
Well, a man standing in front of me was wearing a T-shirt with a picture of a very obscure 1980s rock band on it. It happened to be a band that I really love.
Oh, wow. Did you say something to him?
I did. I stepped out of my comfort zone, pointed at his shirt, and said, "Excuse me, I just have to say, that is an awesome shirt. I saw them in concert 10 years ago."
That's a great icebreaker. How did he react?
His face completely lit up. He smiled so big, and we ended up talking about our favorite music for the entire 20 minutes we waited in line. The time flew by, and the grumpy atmosphere completely disappeared.
See? That's the magic of small talk. A tiny, polite comment can completely change someone's day and turn a boring situation into a fun memory.
Exactly. It reminds us that people generally want to connect with each other. We just have to be brave enough to say the first word.
What a beautiful way to summarize our topic today, Alex.
Thank you, Lisa. Well, looking at the clock, I think we've covered a massive amount of vocabulary today.
We certainly have. We learned how to greet people, how to show active listening, how to talk about the weather, and how to politely say goodbye.
To all of our amazing listeners, we hope this episode gave you the tools and the confidence you need to start making small talk in English.
Yes. Remember, practice makes perfect. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Just smile, be polite, and start chatting.
Before we officially end the show, we want to give you a small, fun homework assignment. We love reading your English writing. Please scroll down to the comments section below this video or audio track.
We want you to answer this question. What is your favorite topic for small talk? Do you like talking about sports, movies, food, or just the weather?
Please type your answer in the comments. Tell us what you like to chat about when you meet someone new. We read every single comment, and we love learning about your lives.
We really do. And one last reminder, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for the Daily English Loop.
Yes, subscribe so you never miss a fun English lesson with us. Share this episode with a friend and keep practicing your English every single day.
Have a wonderful, chatty week, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Take care, everybody. Have a good one.